Given an image represented by an n by n matrix where each pixel in the image is 4 bytes, write a method to rotate the image by 90 degrees. Can you do this in place? So in this example, we'll be taking a matrix and rotating it to the right by 90 degrees. Here's the rotate method that takes in a matrix that's implemented in a multi-dimensional array. First we call getLength at 0 for the matrix to get the dimensions of the matrix. Here we take the length of the matrix and divide it by 2. This will give us the number of layers that the matrix has. The number of layers a matrix has is always the length of the array divided by 2. Odd numbers will have additional center digit that does not need to be rotated. We set our first element to the index of the layer that we are working on. With a 5 by 5 matrix on the first iteration, the index would be 0, and then the second iteration would be 1. We set the last element of our array to the length of the matrix minus 1 minus the layer. For example, in a 5 by 5 matrix, on the first iteration, the index would be 4, and on the second iteration, the index would be 3. To rotate the matrix, we only need to loop through the top row of the matrix, and then swap elements with the right, bottom, and left sides. First, we must get the offset for the final element. This will be used when we need to start at the end of an array and decrement to get back to the beginning. Now we need to simply save and then swap every side of the matrix. To get the top of the matrix, we simply take all of the first row, which would be row equal to 0 and then every iteration of I. To move left to top, we must take the first column of the matrix and then iterate backwards from bottom to top, taking the last element and then subtracting the offset, and then setting it to our top row of the matrix. To set the bottom of the matrix to the left side of the matrix, we take all of the last row and then iterate through from the last element backwards to the first element. To set the right to the bottom, we need to iterate through all of the last column in the matrix. And then we simply set the top of the matrix to the right side of the matrix. So let's try out the function. Here we have a couple matrices, a 3 by 3 matrix, a 4 by 4 matrix, and a 5 by 5 matrix. As you can see, we send in our matrix, and the first row is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The expected result for the first row is 21, 16, 11, 6, 1. Let's try it out. And as we can see, we get back our expected result of 21, 16, 11, 6, 1. If you read top to bottom, you can see these are the correct rotated to the right original matrix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, etc.